Welcome to House of Echo Fables. So, let's begin today's story. Once again today, I had to hear the same bitter words from my mother, words that broke my heart. But what could I do? I had no power to change anything. IT had become a daily routine. She never considered my two daughters on any account. It was as if I had no children at all. Whenever I looked at them, I would think, what joy is there in having daughters when only sons are acknowledged? Seeing this injustice, I would get angry at my two flower-like daughters. They didn't care for anyone else in the house except me. Watching this, I used to complain to Allah. I used to complain about my parents a lot because they didn't let me marry the person I loved. I fulfilled only one of their wishes. They married me off, ignoring everything. Jabu left me right in front of my eyes, and now whenever they asked me, I said yes. It wasn't a wedding procession. It was the funeral of my dreams. All those dreams, delicate as flowers, were being crushed. I was left completely empty. That brother-in-law became a noose around my neck. I knew a turn would come in my life. I have loved Javed since childhood. It wasn't a secret love, nor a hidden emotion. We used to meet openly, at the caravanserai and at my father's home. Everyone knew Javed and I were true friends. No one stopped us from meeting. They knew I was happy. Sagar was a good boy and liked me too, but I only considered him a friend. I didn't realize when his friendship turned into love. Since our school days, I had told him that if anyone wanted more than friendship, then I wouldn't stay. He never treated friendship as anything else. He told me, I love you more than anything, but it will never go beyond friendship. Our friendship will remain pure. I believed him that we got admitted to the same college. We met often. He was very good at studies while I wasn't. He helped me a lot. I started scoring well. Amma and I used to be happy, thinking that his help brought me good marks. After some time, college ended. We didn't want to go into different fields, so we enrolled in the same program. I began to feel that Jabbar cared for my happiness, and I realized this when I once talked to a boy, and Jabbar came between us and answered on my behalf. Sometimes he got irritated if I talked to any other boy. I was shocked by this side of him that I stopped talking to him in class. He was surprised. He asked me the reason. When I told him, he got worried. I said I was engaged. Seeing his reaction, I laughed and told him I was joking. He became furious. He said I should never joke like that again, or he might die. It was the first time I saw this emotional side of him. I never thought a proposal would actually arrive at our house. Just 2 days later, some guests came to my father's home. The boy was nice, wealthy, handsome, and educated. Abba liked him a lot and accepted the proposal. His words were sweeter than sugar. When I heard he was winning my father's heart, I was shocked. I told Abba that I didn't want to marry that man, but he said the boy was too good to refuse, and rejecting him could cause a scandal. I was stunned. I became worried. The next day, I told Jabbar. At first, he thought I was joking again. He said this time I would get trapped. but I told him it was real. He was stunned. He didn't believe me. I was shocked too, because I had joked many times before. But when he saw how serious I was, he finally believed me. Yet he didn't ask who the boy was or what he did. Instead, he assumed I didn't want to get married at all, that I told him I was only agreeing because of my father. He seemed heartbroken. I couldn't believe his love was so deep. But I knew his love was real. I returned home. The news of the marriage kept echoing in my ears. Jabbar had said he would bring a proposal himself. When I told Abu, he said clearly, "There's no need. He's just your friend." I didn't know why I had kept all this hidden. I tried to convince Abu that Jabbar truly loved me, but Abu insisted. This was his one wish, and he wanted to fulfill it. He said he wouldn't ask for anything else afterward. I couldn't change his mind. That night I cried, but I couldn't do anything. I knew my heart wasn't in the marriage, but I had to obey Abu. After the wedding, Ali, my husband, was very intelligent. His family was aristocratic, traditional, and respected. I became the elder daughter-in-law of the house. Soon after the wedding, people began asking when the good news would come. I felt ashamed. Such topics were never discussed so openly in my family. Ollie's mother would ask me every other day. Even Ollie became tense due to her pressure. I had no desire, no connection. This relationship was born out of force. It needed time, but Ollie became strict with me about this. He even started questioning me when guests visited. His sister had recently given birth to a baby boy. The news hit me like a thunderbolt. It was God's will that soon after, I also received the good news. I was pregnant. Ollie was happy. He distributed sweets, but when I found out it was a girl, I became worried. Ollie's face turned pale. All the glow that had come with the idea of having a son faded. He stopped involving me in anything. I started feeling like I was doing nothing, just sitting idle. Even when I hadn't received the good news, I used to have some strength. Now I had nothing. When I told my mother everything, she felt bad but said, "These things happen. A daughter doesn't get the same value." Seeing my mother's hypocrisy made me angry. No one congratulated me when my daughter was born. Only a few friends did. Ollie knew one of them. She was my best friend. He didn't like me talking to her. He didn't love our daughter. Sometimes he'd say, "What kind of person doesn't have a son?" It hurt. And my daughter turned 2, but no one cared. Then he said I should go to a saint for a solution. I didn't believe in saints. I said, "If it's my fate, I'll have a son." He didn't accept that. He, along with his mother, started doubting me. Eventually, I agreed to go to the saint. The saint gave me water to drink 3 times a day. I followed the instructions. Ollie became hopeful again, thinking we'd have a son. But deep inside, I didn't believe it. I used to visit the saint just for show. When I became pregnant again, I found out it was another girl. I was terrified. I kept it a secret. I lied to everyone, saying I didn't know the gender. Eventually, I told Jabbar. He got upset and said I should tell everyone the truth. I told him, whatever has to happen will happen. Then I told Ollie the truth. He got angry, saying it was my fault for not going to the saint properly. He said if it was another daughter, he would throw me out of his life. I was shocked. I told him, if you want me gone, I won't complain. But no one has the right to deny a child the right to be born. After the birth, I left him. I didn't return to that house. I knew my parents' home was my only option, but I still felt resentment toward them. I wasn't a sinner. I was a victim, a teenite. I asked Jabbar to help arrange a flat. He found a good one. I lived there with my daughters. I thought Ollie might come to take me back, but I was wrong. He sent divorce papers. I was devastated. Going to that saint had cost me everything. I felt it was my biggest mistake. Jabbar told me I could live with him, but I didn't want to be a burden. I decided to restart my education. Jabbar helped me a lot. I hired a maid to take care of my daughters that I started doing well in university. Jabbar supported me every step. One day, he asked how I planned to live my life. He said I would need someone, and I told him, if I become independent, I won't need anyone. But deep down, I knew, no matter how strong a woman is, she needs a loyal companion. My daughters grew up. The elder started school. The younger turned 2. I looked for work. I started online freelancing. Then one day, Jabbar proposed to me. At first, I thought he was mocking me. I responded harshly, but he gently explained that he was sincere. A few days later, his father brought a formal proposal. When I saw Jabbar and his father at the door, I became emotional. My father told me this was a chance to correct his mistake. I agreed. We had a simple nikah. I married Jabbar. He became a father to my daughters and loved me deeply. We started a business together. We were truly happy. One day, I saw Ollie again with his pregnant wife. He looked at me, regretful. But I was happy, holding Jabbar's hand and watching our daughters play. Patience had brought me my reward. A year passed. Allah blessed me with a son. Everyone who once doubted me was shocked. Even Ollie's wife was surprised. I prayed for her, that she too would find the courage to endure. I hope no girl ever faced what I did. And if she did, may Allah send a savior into her life too, because when parents marry off their daughters, they must never value only money. They should seek a heart that understands another heart. That is what makes life truly beautiful, and that's how my story ended. My patience turned into happiness. If you liked our story, please like and subscribe to our channel. Also, turn on the bell icon so you never miss any of our new stories.